And we're back. Our topic for this segment is the Rogers County Fair. Lisa Rogers, who is more or less the marketing person for the fair, got that right. Taylor Ellick and Carly Schrader are here with more. Welcome to all three of you. It's good to have you kids here.
Well, thank you very much.
Fair gets underway today.
Yes.
Runs how long?
Runs through Sunday. So there's a variety of different things that'll be going on. The carnival will be open through Sunday. If you want to get into the building and shop and see all the exhibits, try and be there by Saturday. It'll close at 9 o'clock that night, and we'll actually flip it for the premium sale on Monday.
Really? So it's just kind of a short running
Absolutely,
fair this year. Many entries in the competition?
It seems like it. I don't have exact numbers, but the building is full. We've got lots of canning and clothing and baked goods and all of that fun stuff to be able to come look at.
Oh, forget look.
You want to eat some too? You probably can.
When's judging start?
Judging was all yesterday.
Really?
They do that on Wednesday so that it's all done and all the ribbons are up for the opening on Thursday. So everyone can go in and actually see how they did. Blue ribbon.
Fantastic. Now, you youngsters are involved in the competition at the fair. Let's start with you.
Okay.
And what are you showing this year? You're with FAA, right?
FFA, yes.
Okay.
I show cattle and I show goats.
Goats.
Yes.
You're not one that turns them into barbecue.
No, I cannot eat goats actually.
Can't eat goat.
No.
Okay. What, have you done this before?
Yes, I've actually shown goats for about 5 years now. So
How have you done in past competition with both?
we've done pretty good this year. It's my first year showing cattle, so it's been a little iffy on those.
Yeah.
But goats, we've done pretty good. We go to Missouri for competitions too, so we go to some pretty big shows.
And Miss Schrader, what about you?
I show sheep. Sheep.
I'm trying to figure out how that works. Are they shorn before you bring them in or after? Or?
Well, basically, we go in a couple days before the show, and you have to wash them, blow dry them, and you get your clippers, and you shave off all the wool a couple days beforehand. And it's a long process. Wool collects water really easily, so it takes a while to blow dry them when they have all that wool on there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot I don't know about it. FFA, by the way, for those of you unfamiliar, Future Farmers of America. And you youngsters, and I don't use that term loosely, but you youngsters are looking ahead to a possible career in farming.
Absolutely.
So what you're doing now is sort of laying the groundwork for what's to come. We have some video that's rolling right now that includes both the fair rides, some of the things you'll see at the Rogers County Fair this year. Plus, we also have some video of some of the vendors that are on hand. Give us an idea of how many vendors and what we'll see.
We have about 50 vendors that are set up inside and outside. A lot of them have great handmade and unique items that you can't just find anywhere. So like those hot pads, they are all hand quilted. She has a variety of different things, not just the hot pads, quilts and things that people are spending a lot of time on. And they're really a great gift. We have some vendors who are local to Claremore. There's a local honey business that is set up there, along with some soaps and different things like that.
You know, I need to come out and talk to the person that does the honey, because I understand we've got a shortage of bees and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And I'd kind of like to know what the outlook is for that. Now, was that a pygmy goat?
No, that was a boar goat.
It was a bull goat. Okay.
Yep.
There's one of my favorite. Come meet my skillet. I love bacon.
Yeah.
I know it's a bad attitude and I can't help it. Okay, here we go. What do we got?
That's another boar goat.
All the show goats are boar goats.
They're all boars. Well, never mind. I was going to make a smart aleck comment, but I'm not going to do it. Now, what do we see here?
Those are some of the inside exhibits. So that's what people enter those on Tuesday. And it's the really cool thing, it's free to enter. So people who live within the county or are involved within county groups can enter, and then everything gets judged on Wednesday and is set up and displayed for everyone to be able to see on Thursday.
Was that the big pumpkin
It's the same grower, but it's from a couple years ago.
But this year you have the state record, right?
We do. They had a weigh-in last weekend, so his pumpkin this year is actually 893 pounds. It placed second for the Growers Association. The first place was out of Kansas, and it was over 1,000 pounds. And the one that we have here is the Oklahoma record holder, and it's 893 pounds.
Holy Toledo! I'd
So
like to see
it
them.
is really cool to come out and see. It's right up on display in the front of the expo hall, where all of the exhibits
Yeah.
and our vendors are.
I'd like to see that monster.
You need to come out and see it. Come
Well,
join
I
us.
think I'm going to
Yeah.
try to this year. Now, are there other competitions for those of you involved in FAA work
Yes.
besides fairs? Where do you go? How do you handle that?
I
'Cause
mean-
you got to be going on. I mean, you got to constantly work with your animals.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get these animals in the springtime and you have to work with them. I mean, I walk my sheep for an hour a day, and you need to start show feed sometime during the summer, which, I mean, that can get kind of expensive. But the most important thing is working with your sheep, making sure that it knows what to do, and making sure that you know what to do so that you guys can succeed in the ring.
Yours, if you're working with sheep, you've got a double-edged sword going there. You've got the product of the sheep, which is sheep's wool. Can you sell it?
Most people don't, because show sheep, I mean, you take them to a show and 2 weeks later you have another show, so the wool is only like this
Oh, I
much.
see.
So you really can't sell that much
Yeah.
or that little amount of wool. But I mean, I bred sheep for 3 years, and we would take them. You kind of have to take them to like certain people that know. There was a man that actually sheared my sheep for me one year, and he basically he was like, okay, I'll shear your sheep if you let me keep the wool, because he sells it to so that they can spin it and make it into things
Yeah.
like yarn and clothing.
Back when I was a younger person, I used to get beeswax from a fella in Tulsa that kept bees, and I'd make hand-dipped beeswax candles. That was about as close to farming as I ever got, except I love to eat, so there you go. All right, once more for the kids in the balcony. The fair ends
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yep.
And you've got vendors all over the place.
Absolutely.
Are the winning foods that we just saw, the canned goods, available for sale?
Those particular ones are not. Those are all set up for display, and then the owners of those will come and pick them up on Sunday and take back with them.
Were you involved with the fair last year?
Yes.
Is the turnout expected to be as big as it was last year?
We always hope for the best and plan for the worst, so it usually is weather dependent. So if we have great weather, we will have great crowds. If it rains, then it ends up,
I always am particularly interested in the canning section because it's a dying art.
Yeah.
There are folk who can work with a county extension agent and learn more.
Yep.
And a lot of them don't want to. They don't care. They go to the grocery store and buy, but there's something missing.
Yeah.
If you can take down homegrown tomatoes that have been canned that are so bloody succulent and bite into them in the middle of January, it conjures up visions of things to come
Yeah.
that you can't just get when you buy the red lumps in a grocery store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're all out of time. I will see you guys at the fair.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And thank you for coming out and taking time to talk to us, because I know you're swamped. And right now they say there's a slight chance of rain for Saturday. Hopefully it'll just breeze by us
Absolutely.
and you'll have a good show. My best to the two of you. Let us know how you do, okay?
We will.
Thank you for bringing
Thank you.
everybody in. That's all the time we have for this edition of Perspectives. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.